Welcome to the Cantina Chatter podcast. Hello and welcome to the Cantina Chatter podcast. My name is Victoria and I will be your host on this galactic adventure through Star Wars, toys and collectibles, pop culture, and randomness from the 80s and 90s. Happy September! I feel like I say this every few episodes, but man, this year is coasting by. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. We took a break for a couple weeks, but we're back in full force, kicking off the new month with a very ridiculous and sort of over-the-top episode. I mean, seriously, you'll see. Over on YouTube, I've been covering some of the latest Star Wars The Black Series releases with reviews, up for the latest wave of 40th anniversary figures. I've got some Jurassic World Amber Collection and even some Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. A couple weeks ago, I was talking about quitting NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line because of how ridiculously hard you have to work to collect it. In short, while I think NECA has some great people working for them who are passionate about toys and doing some fantastic work, the line has become quite, well, unhealthy to collect. And I feel like for my own personal sanity and well-being, it's kind of something that I can probably let go and focus on other options. I mean, I have plenty of things to collect after all. Persistence in stores during a pandemic, fighting bots to pre-order items that sell out in under a minute, dealing with scalpers, and verifying crosswalks. There's no harder toy line to collect. Sure, we complain about Hasbro and Mattel, but they don't nearly match up to what's going on with the NECA TMNT line. They really do not. At least you can pre-order most of that other stuff and find it online. To be fair, it's a situation that's gotten at least a little easier lately in the last week or two, thanks to the pre-orders NECA has been soliciting on their own website. But not everything is there, and shipping costs for each order are quite outrageous. But at least the option is there, and the ease of going straight to NECA really helps. Let's see how the changes continue to unfold. Oh, and if you like reading interesting comments that attempt to go straight for the jugular with insults, body shaming, and mansplaining, this is the video to watch. But it wasn't all bad, because following my publication of that YouTube video, quite a few people reached out to me to say, hey Victoria, I understand you're having a hard time finding this product from NECA's TMNT line. I actually have an extra of this, I can help you get that. Thank you guys. I have some of the best viewers on YouTube, seriously. I know, it's easy to get down and defeated and frustrated with all the angry comments and all the hateful comments that I receive, because there are a lot of them. But when I see the positive that comes out of all this, when I see the community reaching out to help me and to help other people, other collectors, it really makes it worth it. It's really inspiring, and I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you who reached out and were able to help me really to get some of these toys that I've been looking for from this toy line. So that means the world to me. Thank you so much. Recently, I announced details for a new giveaway on the channel. The prize is the Mattel Jurassic World Savage Strike Velociraptor Echo, and to enter, all you had to do was leave a comment on my Jurassic World Amber Collection Escape from Isla Nublar review. I'm pleased to announce that the winner of this random giveaway is Ruben Fonseca. Ruben, congratulations. Please DM me on social media so that I can get your prize to you. With another Hasbro Star Wars Fan First Friday in the bag, there's a lot of new product announcements to comb through. And as always, my pal Tom Chorlton is here to help me sort through them and make sense of them all. And we'll be talking about HasLab. More specifically, 6 Star Wars HasLabs that Hasbro will never make. Do you need a laugh? So do we. So sit back, relax with your favorite beverage, and prepare yourself for the most outlandish transmission in the galaxy. Hey, Tom, so you want to hear a story?
Yes, I do. Tell me a story. Spin me a narrative.
The new vintage collection is shipping the latest wave with the Power Droid, K2SO, Commander Wolffe, and Luke Skywalker and Stormtrooper disguise. And I had the entire wave. All of them came in gorgeous condition from Hasbro Pulse, including the Luke Skywalker and Stormtrooper disguise, which arrived today. But being as clumsy as I am, I fumbled as I was getting it out of the packaging. It fell to the ground, and what was a perfectly nicely conditioned card back quickly turned into a dented condition card back.
Wow, you are officially canceled, Victoria. Canceled.
Oh, no. Again. If it wasn't the NECA video, then it's certainly going to be this.
Well, as I've told you before about the time that I bought the Crate Luke vintage collection figure, and it came in an envelope, and I cut the envelope open with scissors, and there went half of the card back. So
yeah,
we're one for one with each other.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so new Star Wars, since we last talked, it must have been, a month or so. And prepare yourself for the most outlandish transmission in the galaxy. There's been some developments in the Star Wars collecting world, haven't there?
Yes, there has been. There was the new Fan First Friday last Friday, which
ding dong,
was,
ding dong.
Right, ding dong. Here's Baby Yoda. We didn't have to endure more Baby Yoda merchandise this time. No offense to everyone that loves Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda's great, but, when everything is just Baby Yoda, everything,
is Baby Yoda.
Is Baby Yoda. And we Star Wars fans like variety, which, we got a little bit of this past time with the vintage collection reveals. We got Hondo Ohnaka revealed, which we'd known was coming for a while. Yakface had announced that a while back. And he looks great. I'm really excited to get him because Clone Wars cartoon-looking stuff is my main focus for my openers with Clone Wars stuff. I'm going to stick with the original one for that, but I'm excited to have him on a card back.
Uh-huh.
And then what was the other reveal there for the vintage collection?
It wasn't Darth Vader, was it?
Yeah, it was Rogue One Darth Vader. So speaking of variety... I think it's a new figure. It looks like he's got plastic underskirt stuff. The card back is brand new, which is honestly, it's really cool. It's on a Rogue One card back. That's very neat. And I was initially when they announced all the stuff for this Fan First Friday, I was like, all right, I'm all in on almost everything. But at the end of the day, I just got Hondo. I don't need another Vader. Not even one with a new cool card. Of course you
do. You always you can never have too many Darth Vaders. I
already have too many Darth Vaders.
Yeah, but the latest and greatest, right? I have some concerns about this Darth Vader figure. I was hoping that so the 5 POA Darth Vader that came out in the Force Link 2.0 line, I think that's the best Darth Vader sculpt they've ever done in 3 3/4. And that's basically, it looks like the Black Series 40th Vader just shrunken down from A New Hope. Just shrunken down to 3 3/4. Of course, it's 5 POA, so people don't really, count it when they're talking about great Darth Vader figures. But for this vintage collection, like you said, based on Rogue One, it's got a gorgeous card back, but the figure doesn't look anywhere near as good in my view as that 5 POA Vader. So... I think they said that it's a partial reuse of the Revenge of the Sith Vader from 5 years ago, and then they sculpted new parts to it. Like certain parts, like the helmet. The like you said, the inner robe that's plastic.
Yeah, I hate that inner robe. I mean, I hate plastic capes. My wife completely disagrees with me there. She loves plastic capes. I can't stand them. I don't know why they went with partial plastic capes for this. It's just, it limits his mobility. Although I guess what? It means he can't sit down in all those iconic Darth Vader sitting down scenes.
The one that I can remember.
Empire Strikes Back. He's sitting in Empire Strikes Back at one point, but
that's when he's in the toilet. He gets disturbed by
and Admiral Piet walks in on him, and that's why he's all like, "Ooh." No, it's his meditation chamber, Victoria. It's not a toilet.
Quote unquote meditation chamber, of course.
Yeah,
what else would you call it?
My bathroom is my meditation chamber too.
There you go. So yeah, something just seems off about the figure. I'll have to wait till samples, actual physical samples start hitting. But I don't know. Something just seems off about it. It just doesn't. It looks a little outdated to me already. It doesn't look up to par with the 5 POA release, which. Again, we'll see. I don't want to, completely tear it apart because, obviously we don't have the figure yet, but, it could be Anakin, Attack of the Clones, Black Series all over again. So.
Yeah. Well, I just went to the Hasbro Pulse website and looked at it again, and I was like, you know what? For this card back, I'm going to get it after all. And it is sold out. Sold out, Tom. So that'll teach me. Maybe I'll get them later. Quick. You got to be quick. You got to be quick with these things. Yeah. Yeah, I think I might pull the trigger on it after all if I get the chance for the cool Rogue One card back. Because now we're going to have a fun variety of characters from Rogue One on that card back, right? We've got Cassian and Jyn from that great first couple waves of the vintage collection, which are still on shelves everywhere. But now we've got K2SO, which just showed up in the mail, which is awesome. I'm excited for Chirrut Imwe coming. There's a bunch of those various Stormtroopers of different sorts. Yeah. I'd like Director Krennic, though. I'd really like Director Krennic.
Me too.
Photoreal. I loved that character. I thought he was a hoot and a half.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was great. And I love Ben Mendelsohn, too, and anything he's in. So
yeah, Ben Mendelsohn's kind of like gold. And the fact that we got him in a Star Wars movie was just like, wow. We were pretty lucky for a while there.
Yeah, it's kind of like having Emilia Clarke or... Donald Glover in a Star Wars movie, and that happened too.
I know, yeah. Well, if the rumors are true, we might get more of that story on Disney Plus. And I hope those rumors are true, because that set of characters was just, they were so much fun. Please.
So yeah, the Hondo figure you mentioned, that's based on Galaxy's Edge, which I guess the costume's a little different from Clone Wars. I haven't really compared them too much. But that's also coming packed with the Millennium Falcon, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And didn't you just tell me yours shipped?
I did.
Get excited.
I just got the notification from Target saying, hey, your item is shipped. And I'm like, damn right it has. So it'll be here on Sunday, and I'm stoked.
So you've got to do a full unboxing video on that one, I would hope.
Maybe. The thing is, I don't know where I'm going to put it. Like, if I unbox it, I got to put it somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to put it.
Do you have wall space?
Not really.
Oh, you don't have any wall space. Okay. Because we've got ours hanging on basically a modified bike rack up on our wall. It's a perfect height, sort of like when I go up and down the stairs, I can just look at it. It's easy for me to remove if I want to pull it down, and I'm not going to say play with it, but because I'm an adult, but open up its display features to share them with friends, and make pew pew sounds. So I would recommend that if you can hunt up some wall space for it. But.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool. Send me a pic. That sounds pretty space efficient.
Yeah.
To do it that way. I'm excited. I don't know if I mentioned it here on the show before, but I never got the original big Millennium Falcon because it came out in 2008. At the time I was working at Toys R Us, where it was exclusively sold. I saw it come in. I was like, damn, that is awesome. But it also costs like $100 and whatever dollars it cost at the time. And, working at Toys R Us, you're not like the richest person in the world.
Oh, yeah. 12 years ago or whatever, $150 seemed like a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but
It was awesome, and the discount they were giving at Toys R Us, I think it was 10% off is what they would give us. So basically, it wouldn't even come out to what products would cost at Target. So
right, yeah. I didn't get it back then either. I got it secondhand off of Craigslist, either last year or the year before, fairly recently. It's fairly new. And so I lucked out there. I got it for a real steal from a gentleman who was selling it for his kid who had grown out of Star Wars toys and was now more interested in video games.
That happens?
Yeah. Oh, the darned youth these days, not understanding the importance of these little plastic men and their little plastic ships that we love so much. Yeah, it's then it was mostly complete, missing a couple landing struts and I guess the chessboard inside. But yeah, I've even got the vintage collection box that it came in. Like it came in that, so I kept that around.
Nice. It was a later release than in the vintage collection box.
It was the 2012 release. Yep.
Nice.
That was
really, really cool.
That was back when it came out again 4 years after its initial release for $100 more. If originally it was $150, it was $250 merely 4 years later. So inflation in these toys is I know a lot of people are frustrated and upset about it with the prices on things, and you're right to be, but this has been a long time coming. Like, this shouldn't be a surprise at this point that this is what these things are costing.
That's true. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, if this is the only way to get it, without having to pay $800,000 on eBay, I'll go with the $400 because
this toy is worth that price. It's worth the $400. It's that cool. But,
nice.
Only if you can afford it.
Sure, of course. I'm excited. I had the original trilogy collection Falcon back in 2004. I think I got it in clearance somewhere.
Was that different than the original vintage one and the
no.
Power of the Force 2 one?
No, basically the same thing, just different. The paint was a little bit updated.
Right.
But I still have it, but I've never had the big Millennium Falcon, the BMF.
Mm-hmm.
So, the big, that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, so new Black Series are also trickling out. So the wave that contains the 40th wave of, obviously the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader, which, is completely different from the last one that you're rushing out to get. I know you are. Boba Fett, Dagobah Luke, which was just released in the 2-pack with Yoda.
Yep, I actually saw him in the stores. I saw him at the Target that I visited recently.
And also Chewie from the Amazon 2-pack with C-3PO. So I found this wave about 3 weeks ago now at my local Target, and was over the moon because, I never find new Star Wars early these days.
Yeah.
And to find the whole wave on the shelf, and the Snowtrooper too is part of that wave.
Mm-hmm.
I jumped on some of these figures and bought some of them, so I was happy. And first review on YouTube too of the of Vader, the Stormtrooper, and Boba Fett.
Oh, cool! All right, I'll check that out. I've not seen it yet.
The Vader is cool. I know you're not huge on figures are a little bit different from one another, but I do got to say that the Darth Vader, he has been updated. He's not just straight up 40th A New Hope Vader. I mean, he's obviously based on Empire Strikes Back, but they've also made some engineering upgrades to him, so I was really happy to see that.
All right. Yeah, it's for me it's like if it's really similar looking, because of how I display these sorts of things, it's likely still a pass for me, but for people that are excited to get a new Vader with some updates, that's very cool. That's also the outfit that he wears most of the time, unlike the A New Hope one, which I got.
Yeah. So that is, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. The Snowtrooper, on the other hand, I think Hasbro, they told us that it was going to be a brand new, the paint was going to be more film accurate. But if you check out my review, they're essentially the same. I mean, there's a couple minor differences in the paint detail, but I mean, the outfit is the same color. So yeah, I don't really know what they were referring to other than a couple minute details.
Right.
But yeah. Boba's a little different too. I don't know what it is, but they did change certain things up on these figures, and I don't think it's more or less film accurate. It's just different.
Mm-hmm.
So the other wave that's starting to hit is Phase 4 packaging. The new wave with Vader, Beskar Mando, Tebow, Admiral Akbar, and the new Stormtrooper that you're really excited about.
Right. Well, here's the thing about new Vaders and new Stormtroopers. Whereas I can look at them and be like, well, I've already got a Vader and I've already got a Stormtrooper. That's fine for me. Stormtroopers and Vaders and Boba Fett's should just always be out on the shelf, right? It shouldn't be. People love those things. People always want to buy those things. Always keep those in circulation. So, and if you can do a minor upgrade of some sort that more eagle-eyed fans like yourself are able to pick up on, all the better. I'm a fan of always keeping those things around and keeping them updated slightly. My Stormtrooper can hold his blaster in 2 arms, and that kind of stormtroopery way. So that's kind of how they're posted. I think I only own one normal Stormtrooper, and then the other two Stormtroopers are Luke and Han in Stormtrooper outfit.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, I am very, like you say, eagle-eyed. I do notice all the little differences, and I kind of like them. I kind of like variants and, things that are changed or improved or, just different because they're different.
Yeah.
So, that's that sort of stuff appeals to me, especially when it's like intentionally, like, because of film accurate, like differences like Vader or Stormtroopers or
right.
things like that. I don't have any of that latest wave yet, but from what I've seen in terms of people's photos, Stormtrooper is super, super posable. So
that's awesome. If I see some that are so crazily posable and they're in really neat things that I can't do with mine, I'll probably break down and get one. I'd be surprised if I didn't at some point. I love Stormtroopers
for sure. Yeah. Who doesn't? I am starting to also get the Rebels wave of Black Series. Those are starting to trickle in here. So I had pre-ordered them on Amazon, and slowly but surely, they started with Zeb. He came in, a couple weeks ago, and then I think I got Sabine, and then Hera and Kanan, and the rest are on the way. So cool stuff.
All right, I'm going to do a little plug here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So last weekend, my wife and I went to visit her father up in upstate New York near Endicott, and we're traipsing around. She's dragging me around to Walmart to see if I can find Masters of the Universe Origins figures,
nice.
Which no one has. But right next to this Walmart, there's a place called Maximus Collectors, and the website is maximuscollectors.com. And like Lena noticed it, and I was like, oh, cool. So we went in there, and there's this giant, well, not giant, but a really great new like collectible store. And they had all the new Black Series stuff. They had like all the Rebels figures. So I canceled my delayed Hasbro Pulse Zeb and Ebra and purchased them there. They're a little bit more purchasing them in person, but I like to, if I can go to a store and find a toy, I like to buy it there because that used to be fun back in the olden times, back before, in the before times. So yeah, if anyone listening to this lives up in the, Endicott area, go check out Maximus Collectors. It was awesome. They also had, They had so much stuff there. It was really neat. I was happy that I could just buy something. I was like, oh yes, I'm aiming to get Zeb and Ezra, and they're great. Nice.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, anytime you can go to the store and just find what you're looking for, that's a perfect world right there. Yeah, so let's see. Other announcements that they made for Black Series. So Walgreens, is getting another exclusive, which everybody is thrilled about because everybody loves going into Walgreens every day and getting looked at weird by people.
Walgreens is the only local place near to me that I can go to look for a toy, so I don't mind it. They still have General Veers there from 2 years ago.
Oh,
they've got a half dozen of him, and they'll never get anything else.
Probably Finn, and they probably have Jin, and things like that. I still see those figures when I go to Walgreens, which isn't often. I haven't been to Walgreens in a long time, but I always find that the eyes when I'm walking out empty-handed of the people checking people out, their eyes always dart down to my handbag, and then it's like, I'm not taking anything. I'm just looking for toys. Sorry, you don't have them. Otherwise, I'd be in line paying for toys. But yeah, here's my invisible, figure.
So they think you're shifty, and they think you're shoplifting.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of you, Victoria. You look pretty shifty to me.
Yeah, I sure do, especially when I have my mask on.
Yeah, so yeah, Blue Clone Trooper Phase 1.
I think that's the last one we needed, isn't it?
I can't even keep track of those things. Was there a red one? Did they make a red one?
Yeah, they did red, they did green. The yellow one came in the Amazon 4-pack.
Oh, okay. I've got the yellow one and the green one. I bought them for like $5 each off of a Facebook group, I think, or something like that.
Cool.
And I've got a standard white one.
So the white one is the one that needs to be brought back. Like, I mean, that, people, for the first one that got released has really bad paint on the visor, and all of them, basically, they had really bad paint. It wasn't even, and that one needs to come back with updated paint. And I mean, I know like if it was in the archive line or something like that, you know, people would want to army build it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing about clones, right? It's easy to army build those things.
I mean, they're clones.
Yeah. If I walk into a Walgreens and I spot the blue clone trooper, I will buy him. And if I never spot him, I will never miss him from my collection.
Yeah, there you go. And it's in the name. I mean, clones, there's more than one.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
All right, so other things that were announced in terms of Black Series. So Cad Bane is finally making his Black Series appearance. This is also one that was already hinted at largely by yakface.com.
Thank God.
Yeah, Cad Bane, you know, more Clone Wars. I'm stoked about it. I know you're stoked about it.
Crazy
He also
stoked.
comes with a little buddy, doesn't he?
Right, yeah, the little droid. I think it's Toto? Seth Green robot?
Toto 360. I'm stoked about this one because I mean I love Cad Bane. I know you love Cad Bane, and you know we love Clone Wars, and this is a figure that they did in 3 3/4. It was later in the Clone Wars 3 3/4 line. I think it was in the Shadows of the Dark Side packaging, the blue line look, where they did a new Cad Bane. It was an all new figure, and it came with Toto 360. So. I love those are some of my favorite figures in the Clone Wars line, and it's awesome to get them in 6-inch. But if you want to get Toto, I think you kind of have to get this exclusive, don't you?
Yes, and I guess that sold out for the UK very quickly yesterday. What's yesterday? Wednesday? Today's Thursday, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wednesday the 26th. But I think he's going to become a thing that shows up on Hasbro Pulse. So fingers crossed we'll be able to get him relatively easily. I tend to not have real trouble getting the stuff I need from Hasbro Pulse. But then he's going to show up in the main line later on. So like if you miss out there and the little robot doesn't matter as much to you, I'll be honest, he doesn't matter quite as much to me.
Oh no.
No, he's great. He's great, but he's like, you know, where I'll put him on my shelf, he'll probably like disappear behind other things. So it's like, if I don't end up with Toto, I'm not going to be heartbroken there. But I am hoping to get him with Toto. And the packaging is great. My wife pointed out that it seems like they're really starting to gun for people that, you know, want to keep one in box and keep it out of the box because it's such a nicely designed package.
Yeah, so no, that's cool. But, you know, if I get this, obviously I'm going to rip it out. I don't really do Black Series carded unless it's like... I mean, I've kind of been buying carbonized, and I've been buying the gaming grates, like extras, just to keep boxed, because I don't know why. I'm probably going to end up selling the gaming grates because there's too many of them now. I thought it was just going to be like 2 or 3 of them, and now there's so many.
Yeah.
And I don't got room for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, you know, it's really neat to see. And there's another item that is coming out. It's not a figure, but it is something that has never been made on this level. Do you want to tell us what that is?
Is it the Vintage Collection Tantive 4 playset?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Super modular. So if you buy multiples, you know, like, you know, the Bespin one that people are upset about, but you can create all sorts of like longer corridors and stuff like that with it. So that's a pretty nifty playset. Although I don't know if I'd call it so much a playset as a wall diorama piece. How do you feel about this one, Victoria?
I mean, I gotta agree with you there. To me, a playset is something that has like multiple like action features integrated into it. When I think of playsets, I think of like the Mustafar lava playset from Revenge of the Sith, where, you know, it had like rocks and stuff, and, you know, like little things, platforms that would disappear so your figures would fall. Like, to me, that's a playset, something that has playability to it. Like these things that Hasbro have been doing, I love them. Like the Jabba's playset.
That's my favorite.
Obviously, yeah, and as you noted, you know, we have the upcoming Bespin playset. But to me, like a playset has playability. Like these are great. I love what Hasbro is doing, but I also don't think they're playsets. I think they're more dioramas more than anything else. Right,
exactly. Like I looked at this thing and I was pretty excited about it at first. And I think for anyone that's that sequence from either Rogue One or the original Star Wars movie, for anyone that's like a major bit that they're really excited about and they want to display stuff with, then this is a no-brainer. That's just not the case with it for me. I would love it if they made a ship of the Tantive 4. Not a $500 Katana sail barge thing, but, a smaller sort of thing, like what the original Kenner design was. If they made that, I would buy that. But I don't need the Tantive 4 walls. So it's not for me. And I know it comes with a new Rebel Fleet Trooper, which looks great as well. And for people that love that sort of thing, I hope it knocks it out of the park for them. I think the design on this thing and how it's modular and how you can set it up into these different sorts of things to create like a neat maze kind of thing is very, very cool. But yeah, it's just not for me.
Yeah, it's I like it. I'm gonna buy multiples because, I think it looks cool, and I'm okay with it not being a playset, but I think they should be a little more clear about that. It's not a playset; it's a diorama.
Yeah,
and it's cool. You buy extras and you can make it more than what it already is, and I think they're pretty cool. I mean, this is something that third-party companies have been doing for 6-inch and 3/4-inch for a while.
Right.
Things like Space Walls and other companies that do this sort of thing. I like it. I like it, and the only qualm that I have with it is the like you noted, the Rebel Fleet Trooper. This is a repack of a figure we already had in Vintage Collection with photoreal, and he's now coming on a new card back, which I kind of feel like if you're going to put it on a new card back, then you probably should give it a different head. That way, it's like a different figure.
Yeah.
What I would have liked to have seen them done is re-release the Rebel Fleet Trooper with photoreal on the same card back in the main line. People would buy a bunch of them, and then for this particular set, do a Rogue One card, but give the figure a new head, make it exclusive to the set.
I don't disagree with you there. Yeah, I'm clicking through the Hasbro Pulse pictures of it now. It's also sold out. I can't find the card back of the dude.
Did they show us the card back? I don't even remember if they...
I don't think they did. I don't think they showed us the card back.
Yeah, I don't think they did, but no, it's it's I'm glad we're gonna get that figure back out there.
Yeah.
But just to put it on a new card, and I don't know if they're gonna give it a number, what they're gonna do, but it just seems like a little bit of a cop out. I wish they would have really gone all out. Just a new head. All we need is a new head. You got plenty of them in your arsenal from previous releases. Give it an Imperial head, or with sideburns or something.
Yeah, sure.
We'll be there for it.
Yeah. My take on these sorts of playset diorama things is, and this was where I was ready to buy this, and initially I was very excited about it, but then I was like, okay, what are the things that I wanted when I was a kid? When I was a kid, I wanted Jabba's sail barge. I wanted Jabba the Hutt's throne room playset with the little carbonite area. I wanted Bespin, and I wanted a Death Star. So I'm going to limit it to those things for any of the modern stuff that comes out. So if they come out with Dagobah, or they come out with a new Ewok village or anything I've got those from the vintage toy line. I'm limiting down the ones that I'm going to purchase for modern stuff, I think. Unless I see something that just drives me wild. I'm like, oh my God, that's an Ewok playset that comes with an actual Ewok.
Makes sense. So another thing that was announced is something that's, they're not really new, but they're back, I guess we should say. And the way that Hasbro phrased it, they're kind of coming out of the vault, which I don't really know what that means. But
out of the vault,
you want to tell us a little bit about these new sets?
Yeah, okay. So I don't mean to trash on the folks at Hasbro. They seem to be mostly lovely people and very passionate about what they're making. That said, Star Wars Celebrate the Saga 5-packs of 5 POA figures is a real dead-on arrival for me. I don't like 5 POA figures. Any 5 POA figure I buy should look like it came out in between 1979 and 1985, and should come on a card back that represents that. These things are just... I don't know. Maybe this is good for kids? I don't know if kids like action figures as much these days. And also, Fan First Friday tends to be for grumpy adult collectors like us. So this wasn't a big win. I don't think anyone was very excited about seeing these things. And the fact that they stated that as soon as these are done, 5 POA goes back into the vault, 5 POA can go back into the vault and it can stay there. It can stay there. No to these. And I know each one comes with a brand new droid, but it's like, it's another astromech droid. It's another battle droid. It's another C-3PO droid. He's painted red this time. I don't even know who the heck that is. This is from the Sith pack.
The one thing we're not really sure about is if these have been updated with photoreal. I know we haven't really seen the figures, but, certain ones, that don't have masks or helmets, you can kind of see their faces and stuff. And, we don't really know if they have photoreal or not. So it'd be weird if, that, to me, that's like kind of almost like a premium feature, that you get on Vintage Collection. So if they did that for these kind of figures, that would be strange. But, it would kind of, if you were kind of wary about whether or not you were going to be able to sell these, that would probably push some collectors over the edge, if they did upgrade them with photoreal.
Yeah, I don't know. You've got... I'm looking at the close-up pictures of the Jedi with Mace Windu and Obi-Wan and Anakin, and I couldn't tell you the difference if they're photoreal or not. They look pretty similar to me. Also, these ones, none of these appear to be sold out, so that
and they're not all in Hasbro Pulse. I think Best Buy has an exclusive set, and
right, yeah.
Yeah, there's exclusive sets. But yeah, these are figures that came out like in I think it was like between 2013 and like 2015 when they were doing like, when there wasn't a film and they were just kind of, releasing these 5 POA budget figures in stores.
Right. Yeah. That was where it was like, oh, we're getting rid of the super cool, massively articulated figures and replacing them with figures that cost $1 or $2 less that has 5 points of articulation. And don't worry, as soon as we add a dumb pack-in feature, like, what was the talking gizmo that they had? I don't remember. Or like the power-up things from the Force Awakens. Yeah, you remember that weird stuff? It was like, okay, now they just charge the same amount they were charging before. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and each of these sets does have a new figure, so I think that's the other way they're going to try and get people to buy them is, they have repainted figures, whether it's an astromech droid. It looks like the Galaxy's Edge droid actually comes with the bounty hunters for some odd reason. And like you mentioned, the red protocol droid, the Clone Trooper pack has a battle droid that has new paint. I guess that's a battle droid that's been converted to the side of the clones, is what I'm gathering. So
yep, apparently. It looks like a battle droid to me.
Yeah, so they're weird. I don't think anybody expected these to come out, but it is what it is, and I'm sure plenty of people will be happy to have them. So
forever.
I'm kidding myself. Who's going to be happy?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's some kids out there that like don't have Star Wars figures already, and their parents are able to buy these sets of them inexpensively, and for that's great. Yeah. For us collector focused people, I think we can kiss these things goodbye. Also, the Celebrate the Saga Sith pack leaves out the most important, most popular Sith. It only features Darth Sidious, Darth Maul, Darth Vader, Red C-3PO, and then Kylo Ren, who is not a Sith, thank you very much. And it leaves out everyone's favorite Sith, Count Dooku. So
Count Dooku. Well,
sorry, Hasbro, you done screwed up.
Yeah, but they didn't do a 5 PO Count Dooku, so
because no one really likes Count Dooku. I love Count Dooku, but I mean, like in the wider world, Count Dooku is not a memorable character. I don't think they were like, wait, Christopher Lee was in those movies. What? I don't remember.
I have the Hot Toys Dooku because I love Dooku and he's great.
I love Dooku too, and the Dooku Black Series figure is might be my favorite figure out of the line. It's just stunningly cool. But
I agree with you.
We're kind of deep in there. I mean, we're talking on a Star Wars toy podcast.
Yeah,
that you created.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. All right, so the last thing that was announced was the Black Series Emperor Palpatine Force Effects Elite Lightsaber, which somehow is also sold out on Hasbro Pulse for pre-order. I thought this was cool. They've never done a Force Effects for Darth Sidious, and usually when they release these Force Effects, they're just like they're tweaking the old ones and re-releasing them over and over again. So to finally see, Sidious, brand new sculpt, obviously. is pretty cool.
I was this close to pulling the trigger and getting that one. I had to be talked out of it because I don't collect the lightsabers. But Darth Sidious's lightsaber was definitely one that I was very close to getting because I love Darth Sidious. I love the Emperor. I'm really glad they're making this one. Even if I'm not getting it, this is super darn cool. Are you getting it?
No, I haven't been on top of the Force effects so much. I did want to get the Dooku one because I did miss that, when it came out like a decade ago. When Master, a long time ago when it came out, I just missed it. So I'd like to get that one eventually. At least I know they just released Asajj Ventress, Kit Fisto's just came back. We talked about those before. I'd like to get this one and also the Elite Kylo Ren, but they're just so expensive. So it's like when you have all these other figures to buy, Vintage Collection, Black Series, and vehicles, playsets, not to mention all the other things that, we collect. It's just kind of like high-end things like this, sometimes they kind of fall by the wayside. So yeah, I'd like to get it, but for now, it's something I'm going to go and hold off on for the time being.
Yeah, that's me too. It's like, all right, $150 for this lightsaber. That's probably a fair price for this, as far as I can tell with these sorts of things. But $150 buys me a lot of Black Series figures, gets me a lot of Vintage Collection figures, and it gets me, maybe one or two Masters of the Universe Classics figures that I don't have. So it's a pass for me, but it's very, very cool.
Yeah, and something like that, will get you, a Hot Toys figure. So
right,
if you collected them. So
speaking of,
new Hot Toys figures, very exciting, especially because they're based on the Clone Wars, and they didn't waste any time. So Anakin Clone Wars was announced about a month or so ago, and there's a version that comes with the Stap, and there's a standalone version without the Stap, and it's pretty cool to see them kind of dipping their toe in Clone Wars. Of course, they had also previously before that announced Commander Rex or Captain Rex, so really cool stuff to see. But now, meanwhile, everybody's been asking, could Hot Toys do Ahsoka? Hot Toys doesn't normally do things, that aren't based on, real life films, unless it's like the Arkham Batman figures, which they've done a few of those. But they don't usually do things based off animation. But just, 2 days ago, they announced finally, for all those waiting to get her, Ahsoka Tano's finally joining the Hot Toys collection.
Yep. This one's pretty incredible. I've got a buddy in Portland who I'm going to send the link for this one to, because he might pull the trigger on this one. He collects very, very few things, but he loves Ahsoka because Ahsoka's kind of the best character. This thing is just stunning looking. Like, I'm just looking at some pictures right now. Holy cow, man. What a good looking figure.
Yeah. And, one of the things I think people were asking is, they've, based on the other figures, they're obviously doing realistic interpretations, like film accurate looking likenesses, with Clone Wars outfits. People are wondering how they're going to pull off Ahsoka. They're probably not going to go animated. How's she going to look? But I feel like this is they idealized in realistic form what you see in the animation. It's literally they took her out, and if she had appeared in the films, I kind of feel like this is probably what she would have looked like. So I really got to tip my hat to them for how awesome this figure looks.
Yeah, it's really startling. It's again, if I had my druthers, all of the 6-inch stuff and the Hot Toy stuff from the Clone Wars would look like the character models from the Clone Wars. But that's just me. But yeah, you could make a movie based off of the model, digitally scan this Hot Toys model, or use the digital scan they put this thing together with, and you can have a basically live action looking Ahsoka movie. It's really, really, really something else. You're getting this, right?
Oh yeah, fastest pre-order I ever placed for a Hot Toys.
Oh jeez, yeah, that's man. I thought when Maul came out, I was tempted, but Ahsoka. Oh, Ahsoka.
Yeah, which, speaking of Maul, there's also, if you look at the pictures there's a photo of a Clone Wars Maul. You can see him from the back, so.
I think that's, send me the link through Messenger if you don't mind. I think that's the one from Solo, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's a new Darth Maul.
No.
If you look there, are you on the Sideshow page?
Nope, I'm not on the Sideshow page. All right, going to sideshow.com. Wow. Okay. I hadn't gone to this website to look through all these photos of this. Wow. I need that Maul in the Black Series.
Yeah. We all do. Yeah, no, she looks awesome. Very exciting. They also announced 2 versions of the 501st Clone Trooper. So if you just want to have the 501st Clone Trooper straight up, there is a basic release. It's for $220. Ahsoka was $250. So this $220 Clone Trooper is basically just what you would expect. A 501st Clone Trooper. It does come with a rocket pack, which I don't think we saw in the films. So that is something that is based off of Clone Wars proper.
They fly now?
And and then there's also the deluxe version, which has 3 helmets. So this one has the regular standard 501st Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet, but it's also got the Phase 1 501st helmet, and it's got the Ahsoka Battalion Clone Trooper helmet as well with the orange paint. So, the deluxe one will get you the 3 helmets. It will also get you a backpack. It'll get you some extra weaponry. And for $250, so $30 more, you get the 2 helmets and the extra accessories. I think that is worth it.
Again, I don't collect Hot Toys, and I'm totally not going to start collecting Hot Toys as I look at my beautiful wife. But yeah, I mean, these are, for people that like these things, I mean, these are just scaled down things from the movie or a version of the movie, right? I mean, they're more realistic than the movie because these are actual things, not just cartoons in a computer. Man, are you getting this one?
I might have pre-ordered 2 of them.
Oh my gosh! Wow, jeepers! All right, okay, there you go.
I could have done 3, one to display each helmet version, but hey, I wasn't going to do that.
Jeez, wow, good for you. I'm
yeah, well, it's 2021 Victoria's problem because I don't have to start paying them until next August. So.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and what's the worst that can happen?
Let's not speak too soon. Did you see the article from Yakface where they said that they found information on a new wave of archive?
Yes. What do you make of that? Because they're still using those fake silly names, right? Like it's California and Vermont, which I don't understand why Star Wars is so insistent on doing that. Just write what the darn thing is.
Yeah, so these are code named and they're archive, which makes it kind of strange because archive have already been released. So it's like, what's the point of keeping secret something you've already released before? But it's Lucasfilm, it's Disney, it's Hasbro, so
very silly, very silly. That real quick aside, back when Lucas was in charge of it, and they would just tell you a year in advance, oh yeah, the new movie's got a character named Darth Maul and Darth Sidious, who he's the Emperor later on. Just tell us this stuff. We don't care.
Dodson, we've got Dodson here. See, nobody cares.
So presumably, I think that it's indicated there are going to be 4 figures, and I don't know if this is going to be the wave that they're going to have the fan choice figure because it seems kind of soon for them to do that. But who knows? Since they're just basically updating an existing figure, maybe they can do it quicker. But Commander Cody is the one that won the fan choice for Archive this year. Mm-hmm. Any speculation on your end on what the other 3 might be?
Man, if they don't go with the runners up on those, I legit don't have any idea. I don't know what the secondary market is on a lot of these. Again, my top choice would still be, Slave Leia, because it's such an iconic character, and they can make the photo real face so perfect now. Please give me that. But I don't know if the rumors that Disney's refusing to touch that now are true or not. That would be a real bummer if that's the case, and I think it is. Because as a kid, that's another figure I wanted as a kid. Everything Jabba the Hutt is the best. I don't have any idea what the other ones would be. What do you think?
Yeah, well, first of all, I don't think that rumor is true. It's never been confirmed, and I think if it were true, I don't think Hasbro would have included that version of Leia on their poll. They probably just would have admitted her outright. So I think those were rumors that kind of came about, but never any confirmation. Nobody's even bothered to ask Hasbro during their Q&As, myself included.
Well, they wouldn't answer anyway.
Yeah, they might not, but if it wasn't true,
we love Princess Leia,
and we look for more opportunities to do more versions of her, something like
yes.
that. But I'll ask him next time. But if there is a next time,
right.
But yeah. So yeah, to me that would make sense. I mean, Hutt Slayer Leia with photo reel would be cool.
Yeah.
Captain Rex is actually, even though it's a little bit of a more recent figure, it never really saturated all that much, and that one's actually shot up in price quite a bit on secondary market.
Okay, then yeah, they should include him.
Yeah, and also I think the 501st clone would make a really excellent release, just a straight up 501st clone, especially since they're bringing out the Ahsoka version.
Totally agree.
At Walmart.
Totally agree there. I would buy between 1 and 3 501st clones. I've got one that I bought on the secondary market for I think $30 because I didn't buy the full set back when I had the chance. Oops. But yeah, I would absolutely get some 501st clones to build up my Clone Wars army. All
right. So the other thing that Yakface had posted about previously is, and I'm really excited about these. We talked about Galaxy's Edge and how it's making a splash at Target very soon here. But these are the Astronomic Droid Depot assortment. So for $10, have you seen these, Tom? These packs where you get, in some cases, multiple Astromech droids?
No, I've not.
So you get. All right, let me send you the
Where's
link.
Where's the link? Send me a link.
I'll send you the link.
Wait, so there's 2 droids per pack and you can mix and match them?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is that the case for the Astromechs too? Not just the BB-8s?
Yeah, I think these are how these come. I think there's 5 different packs. And so one pack, it looks like there's 3 BB units, and each one has 2 different BB units. And then the Astromech droids, those just come with 1 Astromech droid, but there's also, I think, an R5 style dome that comes packed with these, from what I can tell.
Oh, I see that now. Yeah, I see that. Oh, wow. That's really fun. This is really neat.
Yeah, for $10.
Man.
For $10, you cannot beat that. And
no.
I'm really excited for these. I like droids, and these have been a huge thing for years now at the Disney parks, where you can customize your own droid. And even though these particular releases aren't customizable per se, they're still offering you at a budget price, pretty awesome looking figure. And these are Hasbro products. They do say Hasbro on the packaging, so I'm excited.
That's super cool. Yeah, not for me, but I mean, for people that love all these little droids, that's amazing. This is great. I'm glad that they're getting these things out there.
Me too. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, get them all. And there's also, I think, at $13, you're gonna have the ones that come with stickers, so you can apply the stickers on your droids.
Oh yeah, man, the stickers they're just gonna peel off later on, though.
Yeah, no, these are better. I'm gonna buy all these for sure.
Oh really? Oh cool. All right, buy all of them, then make a video of it, and then invite me to your house in California so I can play with them. I mean, set them up in cool displays.
Sounds good.
No, that's legit cool. I totally missed that one.
All right, so Tom, one of the things that has been huge with Hasbro lately has been the HasLab offerings that have been released so far. Obviously, they started with Jabba's Sail Barge. That was a success. At first, it started kind of slow, but it got funded. Mm-hmm. People received them a year later. For $500, you got your very own Jabba Sail Barge, which is absolutely one of the best things Hasbro has ever done.
Oh yeah, it's a kid's dream come true for me.
Yeah, and it's like the centerpiece of many collections.
Mm-hmm.
They tried out with Cookie Monster next, and that didn't pan out.
That was a bummer. Yeah.
That was a bummer. The next thing they did was Transformers. So they funded, what was the name of that one?
Unicron. That's Unicron the World Eater.
Unicron, which I know nothing about, but that one got funded.
Mm-hmm.
Then, Marvel, the X-Men Sentinels, those got funded.
Oh my God, did that ever? That needed 6,000 to happen. It got 22,000 in the end.
Insane.
Mm-hmm.
And so the next one is going to be Star Wars once again, the Vintage Collection, to be specific. We don't know exactly what it's going to be. I'm still thinking it's going to be the Death Star, because to me that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But if the rumors are true, we should be finding out soon enough.
We'll find out in September, they told us.
We'll find out next month. So what I wanted to talk to you about is potential sets that, would kind of be awesome for them to do because, there is demand for certain elements of such hypothetical playsets, HasLabs. But that we know they're never going to do because they're just too cool for school. And no matter how you slice it, people like us would love them, but maybe not everybody would. And they just may not have the appeal of a sail barge or a Death Star. So what do you think?
So what would a random number of these hypothetical playsets be? Like 5 or 6? 6 playsets.
6.
What could they be?
Let's go with 6.
Okay.
Let's go with 6. 3 and 3.
Let's do it.
So 6 Hasbro Star Wars HasLab playsets that you're never going to see.
I definitely think that that's the case, and I think that the fact that Hasbro is not going to reveal that the next HasLab project is the Galactic Senate playset is a terrible, terrible mistake. The Galactic Senate was one of the most important and popular features of the Star Wars prequel trilogy, everyone's favorite Star Wars trilogy. I mean, it has everything. It has Senate pods, more Senate pods, additional Senate pods, a Senate pod in the center with Darth Sidious raising his arms, the ability for Senate pods to crash into other Senate pods, destroying the Senate, sort of like our current Senate. It's amazing. It would be so cool. I know they released the one Senate pod with one of those multi-packs in the past, but what we really need is we need a giant 8-foot long, 8-foot diameter dome full of Senate pods. And it comes with, and here's the real kicker, an E.T. on a vintage collection card back. Like, are you telling me you wouldn't spend $500 on that? If you say no, you're lying.
Oh my god, that would be epic. E.T. on a vintage collection card back.
How can you go wrong? It's amazing. And you can add in all your favorite Senator characters that have already been released, like Wookiee Senator, Ree Senator, Girl Admiral Akbar Senator, Jimmy Smits Senator,
Orn Free-Taw.
We have so many Senator action figures that could populate this thing. Come on, Hasbro, stop being cowards. Give us the Galactic Senate playset for HasLab. It's guaranteed to make it.
It's guaranteed to pass some. That's legislation that'll be passed for sure. The Hasbro HasLab Star Wars Galactic Senate playset.
What's one thing Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell agree upon? The Galactic Senate playset for HasLab.
I love it. So here's one from my list, Tom. What I really want to see Hasbro do for HasLab is the sail barge.
That was the first one they did.
The Canto Bight sail barge.
Oh, the Canto Bight sail barge. Yes, that would be incredible. I would love that with all of its rich upper class wealthy ones twirling their upper class tentacle mustaches. That would be amazing. $500, 5,000 people needed to do it. It would sell an instant. Also because Canto Bight is possibly the most popular sequence in all of Star Wars.
Exactly. They could call it the 1% sail barge, and we'd all flock to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to get a glimpse of what that glamorous life must be like in Star Wars.
That's right. And it could, rather than guns on the edges of it, it could have systems that ensure that it doesn't have to pay galactic space taxes.
In fact, this barge would be tax-free. Hasbro could sell it, ensure that people buy it by writing off the tax on it.
Right, exactly. Except, no, you're all poor. You pay the taxes. The space aliens in the little playset don't pay the taxes.
Yeah, imagine the toy photography that could come out with something like this. You take your barge down to the lake, you find a way to get it hovering a little bit, and you take some spectacular sunset photos of your 1% sail barge.
I'd buy it all. I'd buy the whole thing.
I would.
Sell it to me in an instant. Sold. I'm done. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. For accessories, we could get some of the little slot machines. We could get our little slot machines. They each make a sound. You push a button on top and they go ka-ching. Occasionally, Tom, if you press the right slot machine enough times, exactly. So it'll have built-in life lessons for the kids. So
which is important from Star Wars. Life lessons.
Which is important from Star Wars, exactly. Life lessons. So as far as the carded figure that would come in this particular set, I'm thinking it'd have to be that little guy from Canto Bight that was, kind of trying to get BB-8 to return some money to him.
And I would say it's a 2-pack of Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell.
Dressed up as Star Wars characters, of course.
They're already. Next up, the big winner is Padme Amidala's Lake House playset.
Ooh.
This is from one of the greatest sequences in all of Star Wars. All the scenes on Naboo in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. One of the best of the dozen Star Wars movies we've got. This one features everything that you remember from it. It includes the kitchen from the deleted scenes where Padme's mom and dad question Anakin about his intentions. It includes the fireplace scene where Padme is dressing a little bit too, naughty for Anakin. It includes the dinner table, includes a little pear that Anakin can float around, and best of all, it includes the veranda where they can stand out there and either get married or Anakin can complain about sand. Ooh. That's right, folks. It's 2020. And I made a Anakin hates sand joke. Am I still allowed in Star Wars fandom?
So I got to ask you something, Tom. So you mentioned that it has all these rooms that are specific to Padme's Naboo getaway. Does it happen to have the little room with the holo pictures that in that one deleted scene where she was talking to Anakin about all these other characters that we never really get to meet in the film but have some significance to her life?
That's a stretch goal. If we get not just 5,000 subscribers, but 6,000, then yes, you get your weird deleted scene holographic photo thing that I don't recall at all. But you totally get it.
Love it. And hopefully we'd get repacks of Padme in that risque outfit with photoreal. And,
No. We get Padme's deleted scene parents.
Even better. Meanwhile, in the other room, as she teases Anakin about how they can never be together, as it would just be so wrong. Meanwhile, she's wearing that outfit.
How dare she wear that dress?
Yeah, poor Anakin. No wonder he turned to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder he turned to the dark side. All right. So, Tom, I know you're a huge fan of The Rise of Skywalker.
It's one of my top 12 favorite Star Wars movies.
So, get ready for this next HasLab set that is going to be coming very soon to HasLab. I know you're going to be very excited for it.
I'm ready to spend as much money as necessary.
The name of this set is Planet Pisana.
Yes, finally.
And it's literally Planet Pisana. You open up Planet Pisana, it's a circle, and then you have all these different things going on. So the first thing that you get here is the 2 speeders that were stolen from the huge celebration so that our heroes could make their escape away from the First Order.
Oh man, that's pretty exciting.
It's very exciting, but it's going to get even more exciting because one of the things you get is voice-activated features with both of the speeders.
Oh my god, what did they say? Tell me what they say, Victoria.
It's the same phrase by 3 different characters with the exact same line. Can you guess what that line is?
May the Force be with you?
No, they can fly now.
They fly now?
They can fly now.
I'm really excited for this set because I also understand that it comes with a sinking fields action feature where your figures can fall through mud, and then inside there's a big dead plastic snake and Ochi's spaceship. Remember Ochi?
Ochi, yeah, that great character that we got to learn so much about. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. Is probably my favorite aspect of this set. Actually, is how it has the sinking field or the quicksand or whatever you want to call it. So it's basically like this really fine powder is the way that Hasbro is portraying it. And the way that it works is, I'm sure you've seen, kids have these little play things that they have with, they feel like sand, but they're actually pretty clean. They don't really leave residue on your hands. It's kind of something like that, but your figures.
Yeah, this is a real thing that I've definitely seen for real.
Yeah, they sink down into the sand and they come up they end up in these burrows underneath. And there's some sort of a contraption that keeps the sand from falling all the way down. It's just like in the movie, it's that awesome.
Because that was the thing that happened in the movie. Yes. That's the most exciting thing about this.
But there's also the snake. The serpent's in there too.
The big dead snake.
Yeah, so this is how it works, Tom. So the serpent is not dead. It's a toy, so it's not really alive either. But the way that it works is it has a hot cold sort of feature to it. So basically the default is the battle damage. So you're going to see the blood on the side of the snake and the wound. But
kids love bloody snakes.
Kids love bloody snakes. So what you do is you take some cold water and you pour it on, or you apply it to the side of the snake where you see the battle damage, and it completely heals away. And you can throw in your Rey and BB-8 figures in there in order to make them seem like they did the right thing. They healed the snake.
I'll be honest, Victoria, as much as I didn't care for that movie, you've actually sold me on this playset.
Oh, we're not done yet.
What? There's more?
Of course. There's a carded figure that comes with this set. You want to know who it is?
Oh my god, who is it? Is it Ochi?
It's not Ochi. It's actually Nambi Gima.
What?
Nambi Gima.
What is that?
Nambi Gima is the little girl that said, "Oh, Rey, I'd love to know your family name as well."
Yes, the most important character. The first one that says, "Tell me your last name or you're not a person." Star Wars is about last names. Yes, Nambi Gima. I'm so disappointed we don't already have a Nambi Gima figure in the vintage collection.
Who isn't?
Quick sidebar, I would prefer a Nambi Gima figure in the vintage collection rather than another repack of Han, Luke, Leia, Lando, Vader.
Well, like you said, Star Wars is about the variety. If it didn't have that Cantina scene, would that original film be quite as special?
Nope.
Probably not. If Return of the Jedi didn't have Jabba's palace, would it be quite as special?
Nope.
If Canto Bite, never mind. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So let's fund it. Let's make it happen. We all want to get Planet Pisana with all these various features.
$500, 5,000 backers. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Comes with real sand that will make Anakin mad. Hey, that's the second Anakin hates sand joke. It's 2020. Am I canceled yet?
Let's make it happen. And I really want that Nambi Gima figure, so. Yeah.
I want Bambi Bigolo too. Yes.
Nambi Gima. Her name is Nambi Gima.
That's an excellent name.
All right. So after Planet Pisana, what does Hasbro have coming next for HasLab?
I mean, clearly the most wanted playset out of all of Star Wars. Sorry, Jabba the Hutt. Sorry, Cantina. Sorry, Death Star. Like anyone even remembers that. The number one playset that people are excited about is Oto Gunga from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. It's a bunch of big clear bubbles with little seats, and they're all connected, and you've got a zillion Gungans, everyone's favorite species. And you've just got Gungans everywhere, and they're riding those little Cadoos, and it comes with a vintage collection. That's right, a vintage collection, Boss Nass. It's amazing. You know you want it. You've got to have it. $500, 5,000 backers. Let's make it happen. Does not include water. You have to put it into the bathtub yourself to include it, to make the water action happen. I know.
Darn.
Okay. It's 6 feet square.
Oh my god.
It's giant. You'll feel like you are living the Phantom Menace's best scene. who doesn't want this? And
Who
it comes with the little submarine. No. The bongo that was given to Liam Neeson and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jar Jar Binks.
Love it. Now, I got to ask you this about this playset. So you mentioned that it's going to come with Boss Noss Vintage Collection. Is Boss Noss going to be laughing hysterically on the card back?
Yeah. No, he's laughing hysterically on the card back, but his face sculpt is new, so it's like mid. It's like partially in that, so you can recreate that amazing moment.
Oh, man.
And also, quick serious aside here, I would buy an Otogunga playset, guys. I legit would. I'm not buying the 10 to 4. But you give me a bubble of Otogunga, I'd buy it, guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to think that a lot of us would. Oh man, this would be cool. This would be a really cool set. It's never going to happen. So, do we have anything left on our list here for Hasbro's list of HasLabs that they got currently in the parking lot for the next big thing?
The good old parking lot where figures go to die.
Exactly. Where figures go to die. And literally that's going to be the theme of this next and final set on our list. So, barbecue at the Lars Homestead. Or,
yes.
Actually, let's give them the real title. It's not called that. We're being sarcastic. It's Murder at the Lars Homestead. So, in the past, Hasbro has done elements of Tatooine in the Lars Homestead. They did the disturbance at the Lars, which, had the house, the structure, the dome structure. It had a moisture evaporator. It had some kind of like plasticky, rubbery, awful, like sand type thing.
Yep.
So what they're going to do is they're going to right the wrongs of that set and go all out with a more film accurate version of this playset. It's going to incorporate everything. Have you ever wanted to visit the Lars Homestead and visit every level of their underground abode?
Totally.
Yes. So what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to go into the kitchen. Who's going to be in the kitchen?
It's Baru Lars.
None other than Baru, because where else would she be but in the kitchen?
That's right. She's a woman.
She's going to be whipping up a nice, cold, refreshing beverage, also known as blue milk.
Mm-hmm.
And serving
blue milk, by the way, is just gin colored blue.
Is it now? Well,
Trust me.
Next time I go to Galaxy's Edge, I'll have to make sure that they give me the correct version of blue milk. So, not only that, you'll be able to go into Luke's bedroom / garage where he keeps his little toy version of his T-16 Skyhopper, as well as his full-size version of the T-16 Skyhopper, which will be included as part of this HasLab exclusive. So the next thing that comes as part of this set is, as we noted earlier, Star Wars is all about the life lessons. So you'll have exclusively as part of this set, placed on the outskirts of the play set, you'll have headstones that come along with the set to commemorate the dead.
Yes, so many dead characters at the Lars Homestead. There's Shmi Skywalker, Klieg Lars, I'm guessing, is there.
Your favorite.
Yep. And Klieg Lars' previous wife.
Yes. It literally is the Lars Homestead. All the Lars are included here. Mm-hmm. As I noted, Baru will be in the kitchen, but where will Uncle Owen be?
Oh, I have no idea.
Uncle Owen will be at the top of the farm, and you'll have a little button built into the playset, and you know what he's going to say, right?
Luke! 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 Oh, I forgot the best action feature and why this is called Barbecue at Lars Homestead.
Uh-oh.
It's because of the grill, the special 3 3/4 inch base version of a Weber grill that the Lars have. That's right. Of course. These characters go out there and they barbecue EOPs or
Rontos,
Oliphants, Tauruses. That's the thing about this. The best thing about this playset is you get to enjoy the moments before the original Star Wars movie by enjoying a barbecue at the Lars Homestead where the three members, Owen, Beru, and Luke Skywalker, just sit around and enjoy a nice barbecue before a glass of blue milk at nighttime.
I love it. I love it. But I think we're missing something critical about this set, though.
The murder!
It's actually not going to come with Owen or Beru. Did you know this?
Oh, shoot. No, I missed that. Which
You missed
character
it.
does this come with on the Vintage Collection Awesome Card Back?
Well, I'll tell you. So it's not going to come with those characters because you're going to have to furnish your own Power of the Force 2 era Owen and Beru figures.
Nice. Nice. Those were the best versions because they looked like He-Man figures.
Exactly. But you kind of are going to also get them as bonuses. Do you know how?
How? Tell me how, Victoria. I'm excited. Sell me on this playset.
Of course, Hasbro likes to make these playsets and HasLab special so that they can be appealing and allow for you to create your own adventures. But they also like to have some film authenticity with each set. So, in order to bring the set to life, they're going to give you a little bit of death. You know, we talked about the life lessons. And what's one of the biggest life lessons Luke learns in A New Hope? Well, what does he learn?
Taxes come for everyone.
Taxes come for everyone. So we're going to have on Vintage Collection card backs for the first and last time ever, exclusively available with this set, the charred corpses of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Yes, finally, I get to add those to my collection after 40 years of longing. I'm excited. I am ready to spend $500, and I'm hoping 5,000 other people will spend $500 too, so that I can get those charred corpses on my vintage card backs. I might even have to buy two so I can have a couple openers.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. It's going to be the most successful HasLab, I think, because you're going to want to have those figures loose too, aren't you?
Yeah, how could you not? You can't have a good Lars Homestead playset that doesn't have dead bodies on it.
And
next to the barbecue set where previously they'd been, barbecuing.
Exactly. And again, we get a water feature here with this set. So I mentioned how with the Pisana playset, the serpent came with the water feature. Well, we're going to have the same thing here for the Lars Homestead dome. You put some water that you apply to the top of the dome and it turns black, just as if it were on fire and smoking.
All kidding aside, that would be pretty darn cool.
It would. And guess what comes out of the dome as well, Tom?
What? Smoke?
Smoke. And you know how they're going to do this?
Lots of cigarettes.
No, they're going to take the feature that was released on the Comic-Con exclusive Black Series Kylo Ren and Rey set where they were fighting each other. That one had smoke. You put water in it and it comes out with fog. It's able to create fog. We're going to have the same feature with the barbecue at the Lars Homestead playset, in which you'll be able to create your own quote-unquote smoke emanating from within the Lars Homestead.
Amazing. I love it.
Most film-accurate playset to date. The one that you've been waiting for over 40 years. And Hasbro can't wait to sell it to you. So, if you want to see more stuff like this, guys, we greatly encourage you to go out and support these HasLab playsets because it's the only way we're going to show Hasbro that, we want to vote with our dollars and we want to have more stuff like this. So be sure you support the Odo Gunga playset. Be sure that you support the Galactic Senate, the Canto Bight Sail Barge, the St. Palpatine's Day Massacre at the Lars Homestead. All of these great sets and more coming to you eventually from Hasbro.
Unless they're cowards and don't release them.
It all depends on the funding. That's why we need to get everybody on board. We need to make a campaign. We had Back the Barge back in the day. Now it's going to be Back Odo Gunga. It's going to be Back Pisana, all that stuff. Back Padme's Lake House. Make it happen.
How can you go wrong? Guaranteed sells.
Guaranteed sales. Really, really exciting stuff. So, Tom, where can our listeners go to find you online?
You can always find me on Twitter at WoozlinDemon, and that's about it. I don't update my Instagram enough to be interesting.
Right on. Well, Tom, thanks for joining us as always. And we encourage everybody to go out there and support HasLab for Star Wars. Lots of great stuff on the way, as we noted, and more to come.
All right. Have a great night, Victoria. It was great chatting with you.
You too.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
And that's a wrap for this episode. Victoria's Cantina began on YouTube, and you can find plenty of toy content on the Victoria's Cantina YouTube channel. We are also on Instagram, constantly showcasing toy photography at Victoria's Cantina, as well as Facebook at Victoria's Cantina, and on Twitter, ranting and raving about toys and other nonsense at Vic's Cantina. For fun and random toy clips, follow us on TikTok at Victoria's Cantina. Got a question or something you'd like to share with us? Drop us a line in the fax machine. You can email victoriascantina@yahoo.com. If you are so inclined and wish to drop a coin in the tip jar, we are on Patreon, where you can gain greater access to the channel while helping to keep the content rolling. For VC branded merchandise such as t-shirts, ball caps, mugs, and other fun stuff, visit us on Teespring and TeePublic. Links to all of these magical places can be found in the show notes. Do you got a minute or two? If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star rating and drop a brief review explaining why you enjoy the show. As always, I'm Victoria, and no matter where you're listening out in the galaxy, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to the Cantina Chatter Podcast.